Hello guys, welcome back to tutorial. So today we are going to learn how to make this expandable travel bag. Let's get started. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the materials we are going to be needing for this tutorial. So I have here my zip cloth, and what I have cut out here is 56 inches. This zip cloth is 24 inches for the zipper, for the upper gusset. Okay, this zip cloth is for the extension. This one is for the mouth opening, the gusset for the mouth opening. So what I have here is 46 inches by 2 inches. That is for the upper gusset, the upper zipper gusset. And I cut out leather and lining for it. That's the leather and the lining is 46 inches by 2 inches. This is for the handle. The handle is 4 inches by 22 inches. You can make it longer if you want to. Then this is the base. Okay, you can see I've gummed my carry board on it, because I want the base to be strong, to have stability. So if you look at this place, my carry board is smaller than my leather. From here to here, this space here is 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch, and also 3/4 of an inch. And I have 2 pieces of leather cut out. So I'm going to put this side by side this way to cover the carry board. You can use any other thing if you want to for the inside. I have here the body, the leather for the body. What I have here is 25 inches by 46 inches. So I have here just one. It's folded into 2. So I also cut out lining for it because I'm going to line it. So I have this lining for the base of my lining. The size is the same size with the base of my leather. So now we're going to start our sewing. When you look at this leather, you see that I've marked 2 lines already here. So what I did from up here to here is 6 inches, while from here to here is 9 inches. That is, so I ruled it all around. You can see it. 6 inches, 9 inches. So I'm going to separate my zip cloth into 2. I've done that. So after doing that, now we are going to place it. See the way I put it. See the line, the marking. So this is the right side of my zip cloth. It's facing the right side of my leather. So I will put it here and follow the line and sew it down to the end. Then the second one, I'll bring the second zip cloth. I'll also put it here. Right side, this is the right side of my zip cloth, facing the right side of my leather. I will also put it here this way and also sew it down. So the handle, I'm going to fold it in this way, fold it in this way, and fold it this way. I will sew here and also this side. I will sew here and here. I will do same to the second. You know it's 2 pieces. This is the second. I will do it to this also. Then for my base, I'm going to sew the 2 leathers together. So for my zipper gusset, I'm going to place it with the lining side by side and stitch it round. Okay, this is what I have now for the base after sewing it together. So I want to fix my foot, back foot to it. So what I did, From this point I came in by 1.5 inches, and this side also I came in by 1.5 inches. So at that point I now use my punching tool to punch it open. Then I will now fix my back foot. So I've opened all. Also at the center I'm going to fix one. So by the time I'm done fixing it this way, just turn it this way and press it down this way. So that's what I'm going to do to all now. So I'm done pressing it down. You can see it. So when I turn it, this is what I have now. This is the foot. So I'm going to pipe it round. I'll pipe it round. So your piping has to be on this side that the back foot is. I'll just pipe it all round. So after sewing my zipper now, this is what I have. See, this is what I have now. And when you look at here, you see that I didn't sew it to the end. I left about 3 inches here. I stopped about 3 inches to the end. The same thing here. So we are going to join it now. So what I did, I moved the zip cloth inside this way. Then I'll put it together. Then I will sew. But when I get to here, this my zip teeth, I'll push it this way. I'll push it towards the zip seam allowance here. This one I'll sew. When I get to this also, I'll push it inside also and sew. That's what I'm going to do now. Okay, I'm done piping it round now, as you can see. So I'm going to keep it aside. So after joining it, this is what I have now. You can see the way my zip cloth is twisted. Okay, from here to here, I'm going to take 8 inches. That's here. I hope you are seeing it. 8 inches. So you remember we are working with 9 inches here. Our marking was 9 inches. I have to indicate the midpoint of the 9 inches on this point. On that 8 inches point, that's 4.5. So now we are going to finish the sewing of our zip cloth. We are going to finish the sewing of our zip cloth now. So what I'm going to do now, watch me. I will still put my zip cloth this way. So when I get to here, I will push it this way. I will allow it to climb small on this one. Then I will place it to meet this my 8 inches point this way. This way. When you measure from this point to here now, it will give you 9 inches. The way I twisted it, it will give you 9 inches from this point. If you measure it from this point to this 8 inches point, have you seen it? 9 inches. It will give you, that is the same 9 inches we took from this side. That is what you will arrive at. So I'm going to twist it this way to meet this point. Then I will sew this one also, twist it to meet this point. That's what I'm going to do now. So to fix the handle, I'm going to get the center point. You have to fold this from this stitch line, get the center point of it, which is here. You can as well notch it a little. Then you also fold it this way. Make sure that the point that you just notch now and your stitch line meet together this way for you to get this side. So I'll notch it also. I'll also notch it here. So now from this my stitch line here now, I'm taking 4 inches on both sides, 4 inches to fix my handle. So I will, from here I will mark 4 inches. From here also I will mark 4 inches. So from that 4 inches point, I will just put my handle this way and this way. Then I will sew it. I will do the same thing on this side. Okay, you can see it. I'm done sewing it. This is the point I marked. I left like 1 inch before the point. I did not sew it completely to the point. So this thing that I did here, you can even rule a line to connect to this point. You rule a line this way to this point. Rule a line this way to this point before you now sew your zipper. The line will be a guide for you not to make mistake. But for me, I can do it without ruling a line. So for beginners, you can just rule a slant line this way, a slant line to when you have gotten your midpoint here, you connect it to it. And also you can see the handle. I have also sewn the handle. Hope you can see it. This is the handle. This is our stitch line. I took 4 inches this way and this way. So I'm going to keep this aside so that we'll work on the zipper gusset. So this is my gusset that I've sewn together with the lining. I'll fold it into 2 this way and cut it into 2. I'm going to cut it into 2 equal parts. So I have 2 of it now. So I'm going to take one of my lining. My lining, I did not cut it on fold, so it's into pieces. So I'll take one of my lining. So I'll put my zip cloth on it this way. This is my zip cloth. Then I will put one of my gusset. Then I will sew it. After sewing it, I will turn it and top stitch. So this is what I have now after sewing it and top stitching. So I'm going to pick the second lining. I'll put it this way. Then I will place my zipper on it this way. Place my leather this way and sew. After sewing it, I will also turn it and top stitch. So after sewing the 2 gussets to the zipper, this is what I have. So I'm going to bring the 2 gussets together this way. I'm going to bring it together and sew it straight down. I will also do the same thing. I'll bring these 2 together and also sew it straight down. So I'm done shaping my lining. So what I'm going to do now is, before I shaped it, I first fixed the zip head. Remember, don't forget to fix your zip head before you join the 2 sides together. I did mine off camera. So you open it this way. This is what you will have when you open it this way. So you carry, this is the down part of my bag, while this place that has the handle is the upper part. So you carry it, insert it inside this way. So when you insert it, you know we have a notch point here. Make sure that this notch point and this seam line match together here. Then the second notch point also, this is the second notch point. Make sure that it match together with this seam line here. Then you sew it round. So I'm done sewing it together. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it to the right side and then top stitch it round. So I will arrange it well now and top stitch it round. So I'm done top stitching. This is what I have now. So we are going to sew our base. I'm still going to turn it to the wrong side. We are going to get the midpoint for the down part. Remember the one we did before? This is a guide. So as I just fold it this way, I will notch here now. I will also fold it this way, bringing this my stitch line and this notch point together for me to be able to get the mid of the other sides this way. So I will notch it here. I'll bring it together again, arrange it on this side, and also notch it. So this one also we have to notch it also. Notch it. So now that I'm done with notching it, so what we are going to do now is that we will bring, this is my back, this is my center back. Now this place that I taped is my center back, and this stitch line is my center back. I'll bring it together, put the 2 points together. Make sure you open your stitch lines, then I will clip it. I'll bring this. You see this side I had the back foot is facing my back, my front. So I'll bring this part also, put it together and clip it. I'll bring the sides. It has already aligned by itself. I will clip it. I'll bring this one also, the sides. So I will go to my sewing machine now and sew it round. Okay guys, I'm done sewing it round. So now we are going to sew the base of our lining, but first we have to notch it. We bring these 2 stitch lines together this way for us to be able to get this mid here. So I'm going to notch the 2 at the same time. So I have notched it now. So I will bring my lining also and notch the points. I'll notch it here and also here. So this is the right side of my lining and this is the right side of this. I'm going to put the right side to face the right side, bring the 2 notch together and clip it. I'll bring this one here also together with this. I will also clip it. Then I will take it to my machine now, arrange it and sew it round. I will also match this point here and also these 2 stitch lines. I'll match them together, then I will sew it round. I'm done sewing it to my lining. So now I'm going to use my seam ripper to open space here where I will turn it from. So when you will be making your own, so when you are closing your lining, joining the lining together, you have to create a space where you will turn it from after sewing your base. So now I'm going to open up space here where I will turn it from. So now that I've opened it up, we are going to turn it from this place now. So now we have to fold here in very well. Fold it in very well and stitch on it. That's what I'm going to do. I'll fold it in this way, then I will stitch it close. So I'm done stitching it close. So the next thing we are going to do is just to push it in to our back. So now is the time for us to fix our zip head. Just bring the two zip close together this way. So now that I've fixed my zip head, I will bring my leather. I'll put it this way. The size of this leather I'm using is this is 2.5 inches by 3 inches. I will reduce it to 2.5 inches. I'm using 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So I'm going to put it this way. I put my leather this way. Then the excess here, I'll fold it in this way. Then fold it in this way and stitch. So I'm done sewing it. Please take note of the way I place this leather. This is the wrong side of my zip cloth. This is the wrong side of my zip cloth. You can see it. So the right side of this leather is facing the wrong side of my zip cloth. So now I'm going to flip it over this way. If I flip it over, I fold in my allowance this way. I fold in my allowance. You see the way it is. This is the right side of my zip cloth now. So I will now fold it this way. Then I will also fold it this way. You see what I have now. So I will stitch it round. So I'm done taping my zip cloth. You can see how it is. It's it now. So now this is our finished work. I hope you can see it very well. This is it. So now let's try to zip it and see what it will give us. So this is what we have now when we close the expansion. See it. So this brings us to the end of this tutorial. If this tutorial has been helpful, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, like it, share it. See the base. This is the base. Hope you are seeing it very well.